whole setting and everything. No, like how I called you. Are you okay to talk? Are you comfortable? Hello, I'm Akosia Debaini, and we are live at the Model Commonwealth Summit 2025 at the Accra International Conference Center. And I'm here with some of our delegates. I hope you can see what's around his neck. So, hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm doing good.
Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is George Ado and I'm a student of Central University. I just completed my level 400 second degree program.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So, what country are you representing?
I'm presenting the Republic of Vanuatu.
Is that the reason for your, what should we call it?
My outfit, yes. Vanuatu is an island country that is popularly located around Australia, and it has some form of similar cultural significance just as the Hawaiian people do have as any typical island state. So their outfits are mostly flowers related kind of tops, and then they deal with seashells and plantain leaves and then bamboo sticks to be able to climb, cover themselves with the cultural significance of the people.
So, can you highlight some of the things you said whilst you're having your committee meeting to our audience?
Yes. So during the committee meetings, we were talking about the issue of the youth and then democracy. And one of the issues that I highlighted was majorly on funding. Because we are an island state, we are limited because of our geographical situation. So we are not able to maximize as much as a country like China or Australia or the African states that will be able to maximize on their GDP. So because we have little amount of money, we are not able to make much more significant impact, especially when we are hit with climate change. So basically at this conference, the Republic of Vanuatu is here to just appeal for more funding from the international community so that we'll be able to help to protect the island states within the Pacific region.
Appeal for funds. Thank you so much. My dear, please introduce yourself.
My name is Habiba Abdulaziz and I'm the delegate of the Republic of Gabon.
Gabon.
The newest member, one of the newest members of the Commonwealth.
That is interesting. So, yesterday, were your expectations met?
Yes, not fully though. I expect that the rest of my expectations will be met today. So we look forward to what we had today.
Hope we are all excited for today. Day 2 is packed and it's going to be exciting. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
To fight today. Hello again. I'm here with some beautiful ladies. And please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Celian Fosuhema Abuachi, the Chair for People and Societies.
Wow, we have our chairman here.
Hi, I'm Ariela Mauto Satekla, a delegate for Togo.
Wow.
I'm Selma Yoda, delegate of Nigeria.
And I'm Professor Teko Kwechu, delegate for Kenya.
So, today is day 2. Yesterday was day 1 and was packed. A lot happened. So as a chair, can you tell us something that we should remember about day 1?
Okay, so yesterday, my delegates, we discussed recognizing healthcare as a fundamental human right. And as we know, member states of the Commonwealth, most of them are lacking when it comes to fundamental human rights, especially in the healthcare sector. So we listened to other member states, those who were doing well, the Singapore, the UK, those who had something to say, and we learned. Today, we are discussing an interesting topic, that is mental health. As we know, almost every member state of the Commonwealth has an issue that is affecting, meaning their youth population, there are issues that is actually affecting their mental health. They don't have enough capacity to take care of that. Some don't even have the right awareness. So today I'm going to listen to my delegates. They are going to educate me. They are going to talk about what their countries are doing individually when it comes to mental health, and I'm here to listen to them.
Wow. So, hello again.
Hi.
Today is about mental health, as our chair just mentioned. What should your chair be expecting from you?
They should be expecting to hear more about the African countries. I'm pretty sure there's a lot going on in countries that they don't even know about. Togo, Nigeria, even Ghana. We are going to hear statistics that we've never even come across, even though we are from Ghana. So they should expect the best from us. Yesterday was the first day, so it was more like shaky. But since we've had an experience, we can assure today being a good one. Yeah.
So, from yesterday, as she said, it was shaky a bit. But today you are coming with confidence. What should we be expecting?
More fire.
Fire!
Honestly, Nigeria. I'm representing Nigeria. I'm the delegate of Nigeria. So you should. Nigeria, we don't play. We don't play at all. We are the giant of Africa. We are bringing more energy, more vim, and we have problems. So we are also coming to listen to delegates of UK, Singapore, Malta. See, Malta, they have a lot going on. They have good health system to help us. So we are coming to tap from them, learn from them, and at the end of the day, we know that we'll come to a better resolution to help the Commonwealth.
That is interesting. So, today, I also want to hear from our beautiful lady. Are you also coming with fire?
Of course, you are winning the best committee.
From Africa. We are from Africa.
Expect nothing, but they're the best. Yes.
Thank you so much. I'll be present at your meeting.
You should.
And I'll be watching out for all of you.
You should.
Togo.
Niger. Have you forgotten Omo Niger?
Yeah, Omo Niger. You see, I'm a bit biased because I'm Ghanaian, you see. And then because of, please, but you're representing a Nigerian country that we've always been fighting.
We are sisters. Even though our Niger jollof is better than the
This is where we end the conversation because it will cause a controversy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And we'll be seeing you in there.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I am here with a beautiful lady. And I want her to introduce herself. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Amanda, delegate of Vanuatu.
Vanuatu. Where is Vanuatu?
Vanuatu is in the Pacific.
So, you have a lot to tell us. Can you please enlighten us on, especially a lot happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, and you were speaking. I even saw you while you were having your committee section. Please tell us a little bit, anything that the people need to know.
Okay, so Vanuatu is one of the islands in the Pacific, and we are about 380,000 people, and we've been suffering from quite some cyclone and then some sea raising issues and some health issues. So we came here today hoping the Commonwealth countries would help us, the most developing ones, to better our country.
You are standing for your people, and I like that. So today is day 2, and from what I have seen and heard, it is packed. Please, are you coming with fire?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm coming to press some next and sit on certain countries that need to help these Pacific islands. Yeah.
I'll be watching out for you. I'll be expecting the fire. The whole place must be burning. Please, not literally, but it must be burning.
Don't worry, expect more.
Thank you very much for your time. Hello.
Hi.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm Alfred Smith Andam. I am the director for Model Commonwealth. My role and function there is to ensure that our programs are organized in a structured manner, and also to lead a team and also have leadership development programs for the organization. So my title is Director, Program and Leadership Development.
That means you are part of the reason why this whole wonderful summit is happening now.
Yeah, yeah. With the strong support of the other directors and our Chief Executive Officer, Martinson Yeboah.
On behalf of all the people, we want to thank you for your hard work. I also want to ask you, I'm sure the people also want to know, what motivated this whole journey?
Great, great, great. So the journey started when we were back in University of Ghana campus. We all had the opportunity to lead in one way or the other. We had leadership skills from the university, and we realized that it is as a result of the opportunity we got there and also gave us opportunity to practice some of the things. And we believe that it was very important to have a session, something like this, that will do three things. One, put highlights on Commonwealth and activities and the impact that they are doing. And two, personally develop the people as well, light in each, whether which can focus more on other areas. And so basically the motivation span from school right back, and the way we were involved in activities, engagement, and we saw that we can open that up for people to have hands-on practical experiences across the Commonwealth. And so that's how come we began this initiative.
That is wonderful. So the summit, this is not the first time, and it has been there for some time now. The people want to know, how long has it been around? How long when did you start?
So we had the maiden edition just last year, and yes, I know, and this is the second edition we are having. There's a background to this, right? Commonwealth allowing people to participate in the Year of Youth is what got us here. Other than that, I don't think we would have been here today. So it's just been done 2 years, and we look forward to doing it every annual basis.
So 2 years, and you have made so much changes.
Yeah.
I've been interviewing some of the delegates, some of the officials, and they are always saying that there have been changes. Last year, this year, can you mention some of the things that you brought on board this year?
So this year we added the block sessions that last year we couldn't do. This year we've introduced icebreakers, where in the various sessions we give them tidbits about presentation skills. We give them tidbits about diplomacy and skills, how to do that. This morning, as part of our ice-breaking session, we gave them some tools that they can use. We gave them like a tool like a sandwich feedback, how you can give feedback to somebody constructively, and they really enjoyed it. So two things that majorly we added on to this year: the block sessions in the various blocks that they have, and also the leadership development skills that we are trying to indirectly also infuse in it so that people will do. So whilst they go into the various committee sessions and to engage, you see that these things that we are giving them, the soft skills we are giving them, they'll be practicing them in the various groups and the various sessions. And that is what we do. We give it to you first. You go, and whilst you engage, you are able to practice what we've taught you in this room.
So this day 2, something new is happening that is kind of different from the blocks, the committee sessions, which is the mentorship and diplomacy. Can you please tell us something detailed enough for the people to know and understand what will happen?
Okay, so we are bringing in very feisty, good and great speakers, people who have hands-on experience about mentorship and diplomacy, and so they are going to come in here and encourage the youth to go above and beyond. They are going to come in here, give them the skills that they have practiced over the period. Yes, anyone who is passionate about it, and diplomats, leaders, you can come in and have observe the proceedings.
That is wonderful. So I have a question. This is my first time being part of this wonderful summit, and it was through a friend who invited me and told me about it. Are there other, apart from the ambassadors, are there other ways that you are reaching out to the people so that they would attend next year's conference, which there will be one? I know there will be one. So are there other ways that the people can use if they don't have any friend who, some people don't even know about it, their circle don't know about it? How will you reach them? Okay,
so we are doing our best. I think this year what we did to increase the reach is to employ the partnership in volunteerism, in people doing the, as you mentioned, ambassadors. We had country ambassadors, and we have various campus ambassadors. We also advise people to actually follow our social media handles, because you are going to get a lot of information there. Model Commonwealth reach out to a lot of people. We will be visiting some secondary schools to engage them and see and develop some specific programs for those people. Because it appears here that it's more the universities and early graduates who already graduated, and some professionals. You can see medical doctors here, you can see engineers here, all trying to also have be a part of the summit. So next year, what we are planning to do is to do something, because we see a lot of people wanting to be part of it, right? With the right sponsors, we will be able to reach out and do something for the secondary school people. So they should watch out. It's going to happen, yeah, in the coming years.
So you said a lot as the director, part of the head of this organization organizing this summit. What do you want to say to the people?
So I want to say that a very big thank you for all those who have made it, and we continually ask you to come and support us, and so that you'll be able to be equipped, and you'll also be able to help reach out to a lot more people who wants to be part of the summit. Again, I'll urge people, once they follow our various handles and they see the information, they should apply for it. We don't discriminate. As you realize, we try as much as possible to be very inclusive. So for example, yesterday when we were having our session, we even saw someone who was reading for the deaf, so that you could, even if you cannot hear, you could hear there's a sign language there. So we are trying our possible best to ensure that we are very inclusive and bring on board. We also advise parents who are looking forward to their wards to get involved in building their leadership skills, their communication skills, that we are providing the platform to be able to do that. And so we advise parents and also to subscribe to us. They should follow us and put their children in here for such a thing. It's a big thing, and we thank all the stakeholders who are involved in ensuring that this has become a success. We'll see you next year as well.
See you next year. Thank you so much for your time, and we are happy that you were part of this, and we are happy you made sure this happened. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hi. So I have beside me.
I am Imono Frimpong, and I have the privilege of serving as the Deputy Secretary General for this year's Model Commomwealth Summit. Yes.
Wow. Your position is it's up there.
It's a privilege to serve, I would say. It's just a privilege really to serve and to be part of this youth experience where we are mainstreaming Commonwealth diplomacy. We are also making sure that young people are part of the change we want to see, and also we are really encouraging building certain strong networks that would transcend even beyond this summit. Yes, so yeah, it's really a great honor to be in this position and to guide all the summit programming and make sure that we're able to achieve our set goals for the summit.
So, as you said, you are guiding young people to be part of this summit, to be leaders. Apart from the summit, people have attended, and we've seen a number of people attend. What other means for a position? There's a place you started. You started from somewhere. We want you to brief us on the journey. How did you start? Was it just by coincidence you became the General Secretary?
No, not at all. So I think the road to becoming Deputy Secretary General started maybe a very long time ago, like years ago. I have been in student politics right from my junior high school days as Assistant Boys Prefect of my junior high school. Then I went to PRESEC, President Boys Secondary School, Legon, where I had the privilege of serving as the zonal SSG president on the Greater Accra Regional Student Representative Council, where I was in charge of about 16 schools in my zone. Post that, in my university days, I had the opportunity of serving as department president for the Telecommunication Student Association, Engineering Students Association. post that I've done a number of things. And last year, I happened to be at the summit. Since you're talking about the Model Commonwealth Summit, I happened to be at the summit, and I was I came top as the best delegate for my committee. So based on my zeal and my passion, especially for this kind of work that we do, I was given the opportunity and the honor to serve as Deputy Secretary General for this year's Model Commomwealth Summit, and it's a position that I don't take lightly, because I think being given any position at all to serve is really an opportunity to make a difference where it matters most. And here we are talking about young people who happen to be about 60% of the Commonwealth population. So there's a lot of potential to do good on a large global scale when we're able to engage these young people and be able to take whatever they are learning into their various communities and societies. Yeah.
So I like the fact that while you were speaking, you were always mentioning the word serve, 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 serve. The delegates are here, and most of them are just with the idea that they are coming to just debate and then go back. What advice do you have for the delegates and the officials as well?
I think what I would advise delegates and officials is to really embrace the entire experience in its entirety. I would say that every part of the programming is important. We've made sure that the programming addresses every other need or every other expectations that they would have through creating the committee sessions, creating the blog sessions, mentorship and diplomacy dialogue, which is happening this afternoon. It's also another important part of the summit experience. So really being open to the summit experience, to network, to build relationships, because that's really important. It's based on these relationships that you'll be able to do other things even post the summit. So really be open, enjoy the summit, contribute, and the sky is just the starting point.
The sky is indeed the starting point. And is there anything with your position, with who you are, what you have been able to accomplish, is there anything you want to tell our young leaders, the people who are trying to climb to the top? Is there anything you want to say to them?
So there's one thing that I want to re-echo, that young people, we are not just beneficiaries of policies, but we are active drivers of change, of transformative change. So we shouldn't shy away from forums or summits like this. That gives us the opportunity to experience what it even means to be part for policy making, what it means to be at the forefront of talking to the issues that affect us, talking to the issues that would affect our children if left unattended to. So I'll tell young people, let's take on the challenge. Let's challenge the status quo. Let's be able to come together and present solutions, bold solutions that are actionable, that will be able to address all the challenges we are facing as a country, as a continent, and as the world, and on a much larger scale. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. All right.
So, hello.
Hi.
Can you please introduce yourself and the role you play in this wonderful summit?
Well, my name is Martin Seniaboa. I am the Executive Director of the Model Commomwealth Summit. Yeah.
The Executive Director. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, this summit. We are grateful.
Thank you very much.
So, yesterday, a lot happened. And I remember from one of the speeches, one of the executives, the guests you invited, mentioned that the youth is not tomorrow, it's today. That is, I believe that's what you are trying to communicate to the world out there. Is there anything that you wish to tell the people out there, that they should indeed not just seek what they have now, what they seek, they should not just look out for the tomorrow, but the today?
Yes, thank you, Akusia. So, globally, young people are the majority, and that translates to also with the nations or countries that we have, including organizations that we have. Young people play the majority role in there. So that means that any policies that will be introduced, young people are affected the most. And that is also to say that if there are good policies, young people will benefit the most. If there are bad policies, it means that young people will be affected the most. So then what is the point? The point is that we want young people to play a critical role in policy making so that their perspectives are included, and of course it can also help them to know that they have been part of the design towards their future. If we have people in policy making spaces and they just meet somewhere without young people being included, it means that young people may have their interests placed somewhere, and then the policy maker may also have their interests placed somewhere. So it's very important that we get young people to be trained to learn how some of these policy making processes are done. That's the more reason why we are doing this summit, to train young people, especially on the part of Commonwealth, especially for them to also learn how to negotiate, how to dialogue amongst themselves, and also learn how to collaborate with their people, because as you get to your offices, as you get to places in government, you are going to meet people, you need to collaborate with them, you need to understand their perspective, you need to include them in decision making, and sometimes you have to be dealing with a very difficult people or persons in places that you work with, and also sometimes it could be easy working along with people. It's the leadership and the dynamics involved, and we are using this platform as a way to train young people into this space to be able to learn how they can go along the path of their professional work, especially including diplomacy, and how best they can serve their country.
So, as you said, they can go about their professional work. Someone watching us, maybe this is new to the person does not know the benefits of this. Commonwealth. If I join this, what benefits will I gain? Where would this take me? How is it going to help my future as an engineer, as somebody who is into communication, something? How is it going to help me? Maybe diplomacy is not even the person's interest at all. How is it going to benefit the person?
Well, we get a lot of these concerns from people. I'm into engineering, I'm into medicine, and I have to even say that this year we have so many medical doctors attending than a few who are even in the liberal arts. So the point is that young people in different professional journeys, in schools or in their professional life, all of them are included. The Commonwealth is an intergovernmental organization, and the work they engage in transcends into so many areas: health, education, human rights. It goes into disability, vulnerable states. So every aspect of life is being covered. So once you attend, you are able to look at some of the opportunities available to you. For instance, last year, someone attended, got to know that there's a scholarship opportunity in the Commonwealth Scholarship, the Chevening Scholarship. She applied and she has now been accepted to attend a university for free. So here's the point: if you couldn't attend, you wouldn't have known it. So that's what we are going to be highlighting with opportunities in the Commonwealth, so that they can benefit from them that they don't know, including some of the student leadership positions that are available in the Commonwealth that most of them can take advantage of. So it's good, and that is also one thing that we want them to know about it. And secondly is for the fact that we want young people to be trained. We want young people to understand policy discussions. We want young people to learn how to collaborate amongst themselves. And so this is what we are using the platform to help them to dialogue. So we are bringing people from different parts of the world. They are meeting here to share their views. They are meeting here to share their perspective on critical topics that are being selected. And I believe that by the time we are leaving tomorrow, there will be a resolution that reflects the collective interest of all of these people. And I believe that that is a very good way for them to be interested anytime that we do this again.
So when you hear about summits, when some people hear about summits, they quickly turn their minds to people who are English speaking. They are always looking at the people who are more book-minded. They are English speaking people who are intellectuals. Someone even asked me a while ago that if I speak Twi, will I be able to come? And I mentioned to them that, for instance, yesterday there was a person who was translating the languages to sign language. Are there things put in place for somebody who does not understand or even cannot read English at all?
So one is we are learning, so the platform is good to learn and to understand what we are doing. In fact, 90% of the work we are doing here, the delegates did it before coming. So they had their topics, they researched on their topics, they prepared on the topics, they had meetings severally, we were trained severally to understand the issues we are going to be discussing. So before you come to sit here, you know for the start the number of engagement you are likely to get yourself into, and of course the committee discussions as well. The second aspect of this is that the conference is more of the networking opportunities more than the content that you are generating at the committee level. Yes, we are going to share our feedback to the Commonwealth Secretariat, but then again, meeting you, we need to exchange contact, we need to stay in touch. There will be a scholarship opportunity or some program engagement somewhere that you can recommend me, I can recommend you, and then we all stay together. So that's what we want to make sure that the platform becomes relevant to the people that will be attending the summit as much as possible.
I also realized that from the forms that we were made to fill, there were options that you would ask us to, if any concerns or comments, that I also mentioned to the person that the person could maybe add that I am not an English speaking person, I'm not illiterate or something. I also mentioned to that person, is there the form that we are filling as an application, can you guide us on it?
This year, because we have gotten to the stage of concluding our summit, we are going to take all those feedbacks that we got from the application process. We even have delegates coming from non-Commomwealth countries. So all those concerns are taken in making sure that the summit serves the interest of any young person wanting to be part of this initiative. And whether it's language, whether it's any form of challenge, we want to make sure that all these feedback will be taken into consideration, and our next planning and our next call for delegates will make sure that it will be seamless for all who will be included in the participation process that we want delegates to be part of.
That is interesting, because that means that with Commonwealth there's no discrimination. We take your interests at heart, and we are always going to make sure that whatever your need is, we are going to make sure it is being settled. So is there anything, as our executive director, what do you want to tell the people out there? Next year is going to be big. This year is already wonderful. Please communicate to the people.
Well, personally, for the organizing team, our focus is to get our delegates share their stories of what has impacted them the most. Is it about the networking opportunities? Is it about the topics we have given to you? Is it about learning about the countries that have been assigned to you? We want them to tell their stories, and that is one way we would want to use to measure our progress, our impact, so that in telling their stories, they can tell their colleagues, their friends, their families, their schools, organizations, and their government representation, to make sure that next time they can come in more numbers so that we can do it bigger. And that's also an opportunity to say we need sponsors, we need partners to make sure that we are able to do this and do it far better than we are even doing it, with the rate of acceptability we have with our people, young people who always want to attend the summit, but because of challenges of raising funds to attend from different parts of the world, we want to make sure that subsequent years such does not happen, and we are all able to meet together and dialogue and to network amongst ourselves.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
So, live at the Accra International Conference Center. Please stay tuned.
Elsie Seram Abla Ahovi, delegate for Nauru.
Hi, Elsie.
Hi,
So
Akosia.
yesterday was day one of the Model Commonwealth Summit.
Yes, please.
And I would like to know, what do you remember from yesterday? Is there anything you learned from yesterday?
Yeah, I actually learned a lot because we had our first Pacific block meeting. So I'm with the Pacific Regional Block, and we had our block meeting for the first time yesterday. And so we're supposed to work on two different topics, and one was balancing modernization with Pacific interest, and also the second one was talking about how Commonwealth can help us when it comes to climate change, ocean governance, and other sustainable development. So in view of that, we had a first topic being discussed where countries like Nauru, Vanuatu, Kiribati brought out their voices and then gave us instances where we can actually try to collaborate as countries within the Pacific bloc, and then we come together to find solutions to problems like climate change especially. So according to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, we realized that women are not really given the opportunity to give their views on issues like climate change especially. So we gave instances where when women are given the opportunity to speak, at least they'll be able to drive change to sustainable development as well. So I actually learned a whole lot from opportunity sessions. I was really hoping that there will be that sort of diplomatic discourse amongst the countries. However, it wasn't really as fun as I anticipated it to be, because most of the countries, especially those that are supposed to be helping as the ones that are now rising, they weren't really saying anything, so we didn't even know our stand at some point in time. And I think that didn't really help. So I'm hoping that today, being the second day, we'll be able to do a better job.
We are also hoping the same. So today is day 2.
Yeah.
You have an idea of what will happen today, I assume?
Yeah.
Can you help us also understand?
Okay, so for the first part, we are going to have the committee sessions again. So the second committee sessions, where we are going to discuss topics that were assigned to the various committees. And then I think after that, we are going to have the block meetings. So this is the second part of the block meeting session, where we are going to talk about other pressing issues within our regional block. That's the Pacific block for my block. Other blocks too are going to do theirs as well. There's also going to be a mentorship and dialogue session where seasoned individuals are coming to speak to us and then guide us on the path of diplomacy and opportunities that come with diplomacy. So I'm also looking forward to that as well.
While you were speaking, the light was shining, so I'm sure today is going to be a good day for
Of
you.
course.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
For starters, how has been the ambience and experience so far?
Well, thank you very much. I must commend and congratulate the organizers of the Model Commonwealth Summit for the 2025 summit. From all indications and all experience that I've seen inside there, it's quite an interesting summit. Seeing many young people interested in decision making, interested in contributing meaningfully, not only to their country but to the globe, is satisfying, because for us at the National Youth Authority, it's part of our responsibility to make sure that we're able to inculcate in many young people the spirit of being part of decision making, being part of democracy, and making sure they're adhering to their civic responsibility. So seeing many young people, many youth out there wanting to be part of the Model Summit of the Commonwealth, it's I think it's encouraging. I hope to see a bigger summit next year.
Yeah. This is our second edition, and with us, we are even taking our back as to the number of people that are showing interest, and each and every day want to engage in such platforms such as the Model Commonwealth, as well as other youth platforms like this. And so maybe a second follow-up question: in what way do you think government can support or take forth problems and solutions that young people from the Model Commonwealth or such platforms put out, and how best they can address or support such platforms?
Yes, for support, it is government's responsibility to make sure that young people are able to air out their proposals, grievances, and their suggestions to make government a better place. Somewhere last week, we held the National Youth Conference in the Central Region, which was supposed to put many young people together to deliberate on issues that confront young people. So quite apart from that, there are other summits and other conferences and stakeholder engagement and meetings that is supposed to have many young people to air out most of their proposals, their grievances, and what they expect to see. But the challenge we all are confronted sometimes, especially speaking from the position of government, is that sometimes you hold such a very beautiful summit, such a very captivating program. You have so many suggestions, so many conversations, and it ends there. We don't hear from you, you don't push forward, we don't receive the paper, you don't put the paper out there, you come and, excuse me, it's more about the Instagram posts, the Facebook posts, the pictures, and it ends there. And we don't really know what the decision that was made there, we don't really know what was the position of the youth in all of those conferences. So it's supposed to be a push and pull effect. So we expect that when the youth gather in such conferences, when they're done, there should be a position on maybe a teaching topic in society, and those positions can be put in the form of a paper and presented to the appropriate corteses in government. The first call should be the National Youth Authority or the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. But if you hold such a very beautiful conference, you make very beautiful suggestions, and you don't put it out there for us to even know or hear what you want to push, then it's as good as organizing a birthday party.
I could tell. I can mostly speak to the effect of the Commonwealth, where I took part last year, and I could tell that majority of the resolutions that were formed were quickly requested by the Youth Council of the Commonwealth, and further pushed forward to the Commonwealth Summit at Samoa last year. And as one of the first delegates last year, I was really given the opportunity to take part too. I think maybe the procedure in which should have gone to make sure that the resolutions and decisions that were taken should have taken didn't maybe take the precedent, follow through to your sector and through the government and to the Commonwealth. So you're right about that.
So you're guilty.
And that's the part that
you're guilty. So I hope you change this year.
We are honored to have you here this year as well.
Absolutely.
And so we believe that it is a right channel in which we can form to make sure that that link to us and the government can be established. And we are honored once again. So maybe another follow-up question would be, how relevant does policies of the Commonwealth and even its youth at large affect government's policies that they would like to?
Well, one good thing is that the issues that confront the youth are cascading, irrespective of your geographical location. Because the youth in America and the youth in Ghana, once you're unemployed, you're unemployed. Once you're suffering from substance abuse, you're suffering from substance abuse. When you're suffering from one issue of mental health to another, it cuts across. So any decisions or any positions that is taken, equally it's important to us here. So irrespective of your location, once it has to do with the youth, we are more than willing. And I must state and reiterate again that I will be waiting to hear from you, to know your position and whatever was discussed here, the position of the Commonwealth, the Model Commonwealth Youth Summit. Thank you.
I pledge to make sure that I look forward to that and make sure that the right documents are presented to the table, because I'm equally passionate about it, and so the excitement in which we attach to it is one that we don't take lightly at all. So thank you so much for
I hope you turn a new leaf and don't repeat last year's mistakes.
Yes, we would. And so we want to say thank you once again for having us, and we can't wait to see you maybe in the office, and from there we are taking more actions towards the policies that way.
I'll be waiting.
Thank you.
Thanks,
so
thanks
see you
so
next
much.
time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
My name is Akosia Baini, and we are live at the Model Commomwealth Summit 2025 at the Accra International Conference Center. And I'm here with the beautiful
Atijanet Peace.
That is so nice, the way you're speaking and everything. So, what's your role with this huge platform? What's your role that you are playing over here?
So the role I'm playing is the head of Public Relations Committee, which is being part of the organizing team.
Organizing the head. That means you are part of the people who made this summit possible.
Yes, you can say that, but notwithstanding with hard work, late night meetings, information sections, like last minute content and other things.
So can you please tell us a little bit about what you did, what you have been doing so far, and everything that people need to know about your role?
Okay, so what we have been doing so far is making sure that the program is out there. I believe regarding our social media outlets, you can see it's LinkedIn, Instagram. So we are the ones supposed to make other people or the world know that we are doing a program like this. And then with another thing we do is we hold information sections, we moderate, and Commomwealth, as they say, so many young people do not know what the Commomwealth is. So with our information sections, that is when we introduce what the Commomwealth is doing among the youth, and then what the youth can contribute to the Commomwealth.
So let's just say in a village setting, you are the information center itself.
Oh yes, you can see that.
that is so nice to hear. So anybody out there has seen what is happening so far. The person is interested. Next year, for example, this year you made arrangements, the ambassadors, the people who are bringing the information out there. Can you tell us a little bit more so that when somebody is trying to apply next year, they know that this is where to go to, this is how they are going to make sure they apply. Can you tell us a little bit more about how they will be able to apply?
So in as much as we are done with this year's summit, it doesn't mean that our work is a standstill. We will continue to broadcast our work out there. We will continue to broadcast it. We give a snap of the summits out there, and then with the Model Commomwealth, there are opportunities for the youth. So we are going to advertise it out there for others. And with next year, we are going to start the organization very early. So just be on the lookout for at our social media platforms, and then you get whatever information you need.
So I know you're on Instagram. The Commomwealth Summit is on Instagram. Please mention other platforms that we can find you on.
LinkedIn, X, officially that was Twitter. So X, Facebook. I would say yes, Facebook. Yes.
Are you on TikTok as well?
Yes, TikTok. We are on TikTok.
TikTok is the new hype, so the people are grateful that you're on TikTok.
Yes, please, we are on TikTok as well.
Yes. Is there anything that you would want the people to know that will motivate them to attend the program next year, or even any more of the things that you guys are planning about? Is there anything you want to tell them about them?
So I would say that if you are interested in diplomacy, if you are interested in upgrading your leadership skills, if you are interested in public speaking, the Model Commomwealth Summit is the best place for you.
So right now, I've been interviewing a lot of delegates, and then I asked them who or what motivated them to attend this program. You are part of the head. Who or what motivated this journey?
So what motivated this journey was giving back to society, basically making impact. Me volunteering for Model Commomwealth meant that I was giving back to the society. And honestly, I didn't get this opportunity while I was growing up. But then that doesn't also mean that I cannot make changes as of now. So that is what I'm trying to make.
So this is the second edition of the Commomwealth, and you are part of the second edition, which we thank God for, and we are grateful to you for making sure this summit is a success. The next 2 years, the next 5 years, what do you want our delegates here the people who will be watching at their social media handles and pages, what do you want them to see?
So in the next 3 or 4 years, what they will see is an improvement. What they will see is empowerment. What they will see is hearing our delegates on different platforms, debating and doing the right things, putting their issues on board and putting it across in a right way, which is diplomacy.
That is wonderful. That means you're not just keeping the people within the Commonwealth. You are making sure that they go out there to explore new opportunities. And then from the outline of today's programs, I've seen that there's mentorship and diplomacy, which you are part of the publication and everything. Please tell us a little bit about the mentorship and diplomacy so that our lovely viewers would know about them.
Okay, so the mentorship and diplomacy section is just having the industry experts coming to talk to the delegates. You know, growing up, if you have a mentor, that mentor guides you on what to do and what not to do. There are most of us that took some decisions that if we had mentors by then, we would not have taken such decision or made some mistakes. So it's a good thing that there is a mentorship session where you can ask all the necessary questions you want to ask in regards to the field you want to field yourself.
So we are grateful to have you here. We thank you so much for your time. You are a very busy person. I have been seeing you around. You have been busy, and we are grateful for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you too, dear.
equal access to mental health services beyond the urban centers?
Points do you write on? Personal privilege, information, inquiry, or you want to call the house to order?
Inquiry.
As inquiry to?
Delegates of India and Nigeria.
All right, you have the floor.
The delegates of Maldives would like to inquire from the delegates of Nigeria and India that with a country with vast population like yours, how do you ensure equal access to mental health services beyond your urban centers?
Thank you. Yes, you can recognize. Okay, so India on the floor.
Thank you, delegates of Maldives, for this question. Yes, we agree that some of the mental health interventions do not get to the rural areas. That is why our proposed solutions, we are advocating for, we want to collaborate with NGOs and youth-led initiatives. We want to collaborate with them so that we can actually move some of these interventions into rural areas, right? We are also looking at expanding the mental health workforce. And so we don't look at just the urban areas, we also want to create opportunities for people in the rural areas, train them in their own environments, in their own community, train them so that they can extend a helping hand to their own fellow community members. And we agree that yes, you have infrastructure issues, but that is also clearly stated in some of our solutions that we are really going to work hard to ensure that more infrastructure is built with regards to mental health.
Nigeria believes that we have a lot of people in our country. We have over 200 million people. So we propose, it's a proposal. It's something we are trying to do to help our people. So as Nigeria mentioned earlier, it should go beyond just hospitals. Now we are looking at our community. We are looking at how in the rural areas we are going to help train people in their community first. And also schools, looking at schools. We can just, aside going to counselors, aside going to your teacher, or aside the counselors identifying the young one that has mental health issues, we can come up, we are trying to come up with a peer club, a peer support club, which, you know, mostly people find it easy talking to their peers than going to an elderly person or going to, let's say, their father or mother to talk about what he or she is going through. So Nigeria believes that getting this peer support group in our basic schools would help solve mental health issues, looking at our population, because we can't just be moving around, going to a psychiatric hospital or going to an elderly person, even though we don't have, it's not even though, it's clear, we don't have the numbers of trained psychiatrists. So I believe this would help solve mental health issues with our population.
How do you regulate it? The peers that are going to listen to issues of their fellow peers, how do you make sure they are also fine? Because we know how mental health issues, little things trigger you. There are things that to others might not seem important, but someone with a mental health issue is very important. So putting these kids in these spaces, do you think they are apt to do you think they are apt to take all that in?
Okay, so the delegates of Nigeria would want to address Madam.
The chair is listening.
So Nigeria believes that
solution that is working. It's a proposed
Yes,
solution.
it's a proposed solution that I believe can
Other members can adopt.
Yes.
They're recognized.
Thank you, the chair of the house. This is a point of information to Nigeria. Alright. With the information that Uganda has, Nigeria passed the National Mental Health Act in 2023, which replaced the Lunacy Act in 1960. Yet, there is no implementation, no clear budgeting, no monitoring structures, nothing. And maybe Nigerians need to be reminded that laws must live in the community, not in legal text. I would want Uganda want to know why have they passed the National Mental Health Act and since 2023 and there is no implementation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, delegates of Uganda. It's quite unfortunate that it has not been implemented, but thank you for addressing it and thank you for letting Nigeria know and educating us on this. From here, we'll meet with our legal Ministry of Health and the legal part, the Attorney General and the Ministry of Justice. No, I mean, it's an act. So we'll meet all the stakeholders involved in implementing this policy. So we've brought out the act, but as he mentioned, it is something that he knows. So we'll go and do our things well, our homework well, and get back to delegates of Uganda. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nigeria. Uganda, has your question been answered?
No. The Vice Chair, Uganda is not impressed with the answer that Nigeria is giving. How can Nigeria tell me that, thank you for drawing my attention to it? Something that Nigeria passed themselves in 2023, and you are not aware that you have not implemented. Uganda's question is that, why has it not been implemented? What is happening?
Nigeria would like to say, Nigeria, we have a lot of problems, and I believe this is not a place to come and sell myself that, we have corruption issues and, all those issues. Yes, it is clear. People have seen what is happening in my country, Nigeria. So that's why I said, thank
Kindly approach the dais. Can we continue? Delegate of Maldives.
Chairman House, the delegate of Maldives would like to inquire from the delegate of Nigeria and India, with a country with a vast population like yours.
Can we continue? Delegate of
We have different information spent.
Kindly approach the dais. Can we continue? Delegate of Maldives.
Chairman House, the delegate of Maldives would like to inquire from the delegate of Nigeria and India, with a country with a vast population like yours. How do you ensure equal access to mental health services beyond the urban centers?
Points do you write on? Personal privilege, information, inquiry, or you want to call the house to order? Malaysia, your placards you have been recognized. Thank you. Yes, you've been recognized. Okay, so India on the floor.
Thank you, delegates of Maldives, for this question. Yes, we agree that some of the mental health interventions do not get to the rural areas. That is why our proposed solutions, we are advocating for, we want to collaborate with NGOs and youth-led initiatives. We want to collaborate with them so that we can actually move some of these interventions into rural areas, right? We are also looking at expanding the mental health workforce. And so we don't look at just the urban areas, we also want to create opportunities for people in the rural areas, train them in their own environments, in their own community, train them so that they can extend a helping hand to their own fellow community members. And we agree that yes, you have infrastructure issues, but that is also clearly stated in some of our solutions that we are really going to work hard to ensure that more infrastructure is built with regards to mental health.
Nigeria believes that we have a lot of people in our country. We have over 200 million people. So we propose. It's a proposal. It's something we are trying to do to help our people. So as I mentioned, as Nigeria mentioned, aside going to your teacher or aside the counselors identifying the young one that has mental health issues, we can come up. We are trying to come up with a peer club, a peer support club, which mostly people find it easy talking to their peers than going to an elderly person or going to, let's say, their father or mother to talk about what he or she is going through. So Nigeria believes that getting this peer support group in our basic schools would help solve mental health issues, looking at our population, because we can't just be moving around, going to a psychiatric hospital or going to an elderly person, even though we don't have, it's not even though, it's clear, we don't have the numbers of trained psychiatrists. So I believe this would help solve mental health issues with our population.
How do you regulate it? The peers that are going to listen to issues of their fellow peers, how do you make sure they are also fine? Because we know how mental health issues, these whole things trigger you. There are things that to others might not seem important, but someone with a mental health issue is very important. So putting these kids in these spaces, do you think they has. Thank you, Nigeria. Delegates of Uganda recognized.
Thank you, the chair in the House. This is a point of information to Nigeria. Alright. With the information that Uganda has, Nigeria passed the National Mental Health Act in 2023, which replaced the Lunacy Act in 1960. Yet, there is no implementation, no clear budgeting, no monitoring structures, nothing. And maybe Nigerians need to be reminded that laws must live in the community, not in legal tests. I would want Uganda want to know why have they passed the National Mental Health Act and since 2023 and there is no implementation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, delegates of Uganda. It's quite unfortunate that it has not been implemented, but thank you for addressing it and thank you for letting Nigeria know and educating us on this. From here, we'll meet with our legal, Ministry of Health and the legal part, the Attorney General and the Ministry of Justice. No, I mean, you know, it's an act, so we'll meet all the stakeholders involved in implementing this policy. So we've brought out the act, but you know, as he mentioned,
Not impressed with the answer that Nigeria is giving. How can Nigeria tell me that? Thank you for drawing my attention to it. Something that Nigeria passed themselves in 2023, and you are not aware that you have not implemented. Uganda's question is that why has it not been implemented? What is happening?
So Nigeria would like to say, Nigeria, we have a lot of problems, and I believe this is not a place to come and sell myself that, oh, we have corruption issues and, you know, all those issues. Yes, it is clear. People have seen what is happening in my country, Nigeria. So that's why I said, thank you for letting us know, and we'll go back. But even before that, you know, we brought it because the colonial era, the act that was there before was to chain the people with that, their mental issue, and beat them, abuse them, and all that. But looking at the situation now, I believe things has changed from the colonial era to now. So thank you very much. We'll do better. Get back to you.
The question was trying to say is, since you initiated the whole thing,
But you know, since we initiated, but you know, since we initiated,
you just asked him that why has it not?
yeah, but hold on. Sorry. Even if it has not been implemented, we can see changes from the colonial era to today, because we changed it to the current act because the colonial era act was the act, the new act.
So,
Chain people with mental health issues. We don't abuse.
okay, ready. So welcome back to the session once again, and the session continues, I guess, and we have with us here this wonderful gentleman in the studio, and you look familiar. I believe this is not.
Yeah, this is my second time. Okay, yeah. So my name is Jesse Ejeusu. I was a delegate for Kiribati last year, and today I'm an official for the People and Society Committee. Yeah, so it's a very familiar ground for me this year again. And I've seen a lot of improvement, a lot of changes, and big ups to the whole organizing committee for this summit. Yeah.
They are definitely going to take note. And so, so far, how's the experience with the delegates so far?
This year's sitting, this year's organization has been the best. And from my view, my committee, we had a lot of delegates showcasing their history and statistics to help with the topic for the House. Yes, the motion was moved and various delegates came up with their position papers, what they wrote in their position papers to present to the House. And they did very well. Big ups to all the delegates.
So I believe it's not tensed as it was yesterday. They are all relaxed.
They are all relaxed now because yesterday was the first time. They didn't know their way through it. Yeah, some of their expressions and all that. Yeah, but today was very amazing. Yes.
Is there any two countries that are their neck at each other's throat? Which country can you mention?
Nigeria. Nigeria and Malta.
Nigeria and Malta. Malta. Oh wow.
Nigeria, Malta, Barbados. These three are very outstanding delegates, head to head. Yeah, I think yes. And there was the delegate from Kiribati in People and Society Committee. Big ups to you, wherever you are.
Hey, that's your alliance.
Yes, yeah. She's my predecessor. Yes. So she spoke from. I think she's from Kiribati. Yes. So the way she was fluent. Yes, the way she was expressing it, so we could see the emotions in the eyes. But I think Australia is doing them.
Australia.
Yes. So I think she brought it up here.
And then I guess your committee is very competitive.
It was very, very, very competitive. Like she was on the necks of Australia. Yes, you should meet them. You love them. Very well.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there.
We'll be expecting you. Right.
So you really think this is an avenue for youth of the Commonwealth to practically take part? Do you think this is an opportunity for the youth to practically you see it as a platform to address most of the challenges that the Commomwealth committees are going through at the moment? Okay,
this is a very viable ground. It's a very viable, fertile soil for the youth to practice their diplomatic talents and their diplomatic skills, because it's a very open forum. It's a very open summit where you voice out your concerns to the House, the sitting. And so the various countries that are part of the Commonwealth, the youth in the various countries should massively participate in the next year's summit. It's going to be an amazing one. It's going to sharpen their skills, like the saying goes, iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
So it's a very fertile ground, a very viable soil for them to harvest whatever talents they have in them. Yeah.
I could tell from how you're speaking, it's now been personal for you after you went through it last year, and you are seeing them also go through. And yeah,
I was like, wow, this was me. Yeah, this is me. Yes, I'm taking up some positions now. Yes, and yeah.
And we hope that those that are not being active at the moment can pick up from the rest and then maybe also join. Are there any few delegates that are not?
Yes. So in my committee, the delegates from Singapore wasn't really active. Vanuatu wasn't really active. I think the UK was very relaxed.
UK was relaxed.
Very, very relaxed.
Nobody was on his neck. Do you know the technique I used to use? When I don't research on my country, or don't know much about the country, I go and research on other people's country so I can drive on it.
That's what I was doing last year. Yes, I never presented. I was just.
You know that? So if you are into taking part next year, please, this is a hindsight hint. It's not official. Go and research on your country, but if you think your country doesn't have much substance in the topic, that's the trick I personally use.
I use that too, and I'll be.
I remember last year you didn't even say much.
I'll be on your neck back to back. Yes, and be very mindful of the statistics you use, because once we are presenting, we are also writing.
We are fact checking.
Yes. So what? Yes, we're ready to go, and you can't give excuse. Yeah, we'll be on your neck. Yeah. So basically, that's been so far.
It's been a very lovely moment with you, and I guess I see the delegates are tripping.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna let you go back, then see the number of resolutions you can come up.
All right. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
Get them to get the leaders of the Commomwealth also to push
forward. Right. Okay. My final words will be if you want to be a participant of next year's summit, I'll really tell you to massively participate because it's a very good avenue for youth. Aside the diplomatic beneficials, we have the networking aspect. Yes, that's your network is your net worth.
Building soft skills.
Yes, building soft skills. That's my final word. Saying big ups to the organizers of this program. Matterson, wherever you are, God bless you so much for putting such an amazing program together for us. And wherever you are, we really appreciate Suzanne, yourself, the chair, everyone. Yes, all Silas, yeah, Yusuf, Dr. Yusuf, all the organizers.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.